Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we're going to do a creator we've done twice before. The number of episodes separating their first two maps was 300. And their second two maps is 9. Yes, we did them as recently as episode 728, which is about a week and a half ago. They are a Dutch specialist. You probably remember that last one as well. Got 13 stars. Can we rate this one as highly? And do you rate this show highly? If so, you know what to do. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. So thank you for your support. Today's map is Patria Mosam Oz. I apologise everybody in the Netherlands, by dodowvogel, which is probably wrong as well, but this is the best I can do. Let's have a look at the start square. No intersection, but lots of existing simple road layouts. I kind of like that. And then there's your terrain heights. We are in the Netherlands, so no mountains today. And then what happens if we have a look at the resources? Field painting. So if you want fertile fields, this isn't going to be a map to please you. It just depends on what you're looking for in the map. Off to the workshop, not too much to subscribe to. A couple of decorated roundabouts, a couple of trees, network extensions to the Central European theme, and we will be using, you guessed it, because nothing else is pointed to, the realistic 1.2 LUT. There is there is a list of villages there, a list of villages and small towns that are actually in the area if you go into Google Earth and have a little look down. Right, we're in the fog at the moment. We're going to have a little glance at this intersection because they are all, they match. They match the Google satellites and stuff. I'm sure Google has satellites. Maybe they just download images from somewhere else. Now, note, we've got our merge lane here. You'll see this a few times. That arrow there, I would like it pointing straight forward, and it's easy enough to do. For those of you brand new to the show wondering what's going on, grab move it. Assume you've got move it. If you haven't got move it, go and grab move it off the workshop and just move the node inwards like that, and oh look, it's pointing straight forward. I find that much more pleasing. It's not worth losing any stars over. I don't mind the length of the merge lanes as well. The extra lane there works quite nicely for me. Now note, we are network extensions 2ing, so we have these 2-lane highways. That is going to come in very important a little bit later on. Not too much later on. We'll be you won't need to remember it for very long, I promise. Next intersection that looks like this, the roundabout off to the side there, and back down to our little fly through. So yes, so we did them in episode 428 and then 728. 428, then the 300 show wait to 728, getting 11 and then 13 stars. Now, I'm not saying now we're ahead of schedule. I don't know why this map doesn't impress me as much as the last one, considering basically they're flat maps with field painting and hedges and stuff. This intersection here looks perfectly fine, just showing you what there is in place. Of course, you can demolish and rebuild if you want to. No big issues there. And if you want to rebuild specifically, match the previous, the area, the real life area. Another one of these arrows here. We're not going to fix that one. No point. Then this is a perfect map for that kind of thing. If you really want to recreate an area, one-to-one maps are tough enough to do. And to be fair, dodowvogel is very good at doing workable one-to-one maps. Anyway, down here we'll be crossing over a little pass over there, and there's a roundabout off to the side. And there's not really too much to talk about, really. Yeah, Holland and the Netherlands in general, very flat area of the world, which means it can be a little bit uninspiring if you like to have hills to work with. But as one-to-one maps go, these are far from the worst. Don't mind that too much at all, actually. In fact, this whole intersection is quite intricate, very well done. Again, matches up with the satellite view quite well, actually. But I'm going to groan. This is my moan and groan. You see the roundabout here? The roundabout is a 2-lane roundabout with zebra crossings, crosswalks everywhere. And we have been using Network Extension 2 highways. So all you're going to do is just going to upgrade these highways. I might need to use Anarchy for that one. So Anarchy done. And there we go, that removes all the crosswalks, because you don't get crosswalks, stroke zebra crossings, on the highways, and that's much tidier, I think. My personal call on that one. Right, now we're going to go in towards the centre and the start square and all that kind of area. Not too much again to talk about. It's a fairly uninspiring map. I do like the lanes on here, the way the lanes are done. You've got one lane turning left, one turning right into what is a one lane right turn. That truck's going to make it quite nice actually. And then you have 2 lanes going straight on, and they would just shift across to the right there. So if you like playing about with decals and actually putting your actual lane markings in at junctions, great map for you to do that one actually. Alright, moving on and through the environment towards, again, a bit closer in towards the start square. The start square, fairly uninspiring, again, but it's based on a real life location. You can't make real life locations look inspiring if they're not. It's as simple as that. And maybe that's why I'm finding this map a little less inspiring than the last one. Always inspired by network extensions to tunnels. The rendering on those is just lovely. Always buy into those. And down here we've got another one. This is a very short one. Very tough to do these tunnels well, these short ones, very shallow ones. They can be very glitchy very easily. But that looks pretty good to me. Skipping over it because there was nothing to show you. And then down here we'll take a left, and the left here will take us in towards the start square. It could have a little bit of traffic flow issues because of the level crossing right on top, you know, a couple of car lengths away from the traffic lights. Again, you know, I haven't looked so closely into it, but I'm assuming that's based on real life, and if it is, then, well, it's a real life recreation. I can't mark it down. It's going to cause problems, though, isn't it? You know it is, all right? Although there are multiple routes into the start square, so maybe it won't actually be game breaking. But, you know, traffic always takes the shortest route. If that is the shortest route, they aren't going to go another route just because there is tailbacks. We'll take a left down here, going to come down and look at one of these custom roundabouts. I didn't actually find the other one on the map on my quick fly through. I could have looked at every single roundabout. There is another custom roundabout somewhere. But this one here, this one looks like a bent paperclip. I think it's called like the snake or something. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like a garden hose paperclip thing. And that's your start square, which includes just one little bit of water, which is kind of, let me turn it around a little bit. Sort of bit like that. Never mind. Let's have a look at the assets, shall we? Because we're never going to get that camera lines. This is not a square screen, you know. Anyway, this is the Railway Power Substation by Revo. As always, producing the very best assets that you could possibly want. Not really too much to see here, so it's going to be a quick skirt round. I will do a factoid because factoids. Let's find the quick one. I don't know if this is still true, but all females are barred from the monastery of Mount Athos in Greece, and that includes animals. Okay, do we have male and female insects? How do they keep the female insects out? Just wondering. Railway Power Substation by Revo, today's brilliant asset of the day. Might even put it right beside the railways as well, just because. I know we could have switched the catenaries to match, but that wouldn't be part of the map plan. This is a map show, not an asset show really. And we've got a missing catenary there, and then we kind of got a missing one just here as well. It kind of matches but doesn't. Okay, that's just not a huge issue. And then we've got catenary madness going on here, but yet actually, if you look at where the legs are, they're not actually in the rails. That wouldn't cause any issues. Yeah, we could look at the glitching of the rails in between, but I'm not holding a map maker responsible for that. That is a game issue. Okay, you're watching Colossal Order. That is a game issue. All right, we'll head over this way. We could left or right, and we're going straight on today. We're going straight on because I know this does lead pretty much directly off to the fog, but it does give us long enough to talk about another missing catenary there, and level crossings. Lots of level crossings. So yes, right, what can I tell you? What's coming up? I have been super busy the last couple of weeks. I've been very run down as well. Getting back onto my feet now and slowly starting to feel the vibe. Oh, we've got a tree intruding on the lines a little bit there. So yes, getting back onto my feet. Still not feeling 100% trillion%, but certainly feeling sparky enough. I'm hoping that at the time of recording, I can't say for sure, but there might be a Duvo on Friday, and if there is, I would like to see you all there. It's a live premiere. It's not a live show, but a live premiere, and I am there in the chat as well, so you can ask me questions and interact. So hopefully that'll be Friday 6 o'clock UK time, or any time thereafter. Right, it's intermission time. Flowscape is here, now creating beautiful scenes every single week on this channel. Isn't it beautiful? Want to know more? Of course you do. Click that information button now. And so back to Patria Mosam Os by dodowvogel and the shipping routes. Now we do have shipping routes. I'm going to suggest, it's not covered in the description, but I'm going to suggest using the AVO or the service vehicles mod just to get rid of the big vanilla ships, because frankly you wouldn't expect to see them on this particular map. These bridges have been raised up to allow for passage underneath, but even then they're not high enough, and so you're going to get some shipping clipping whether you like it or not. So yeah, I'm going to suggest that as a mod. You don't really need it if you don't mind ships going through. You may not even put any harbours down that route, and if you don't put harbours down that route, no problem. There are a couple of bridges out here in the fog as well, but they are out in the fog, and again, you're probably not going to notice it. If you leave the fog switched on, you definitely won't notice it. Where's these bridges? There you go, right the way over here in the fog. But it's completely your call on how you want to play the game. Okay, water flow. Now, water flow, we do have a little bit of water in the start square. Let me just come down and show you there's good water flow coming down the main rivers and even through the Oxbow Lake there. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But yes, the start square only has a little corner of this, I'm guessing it's a canal. The corner of this is in the start square, about that much ish. So you're going to have to be drawing and pumping in at that location until you unlock some more. I'm sure you can do that if you played the game before. Let's have a quick look at the overall aesthetics. Okay, now we've got this a bit of, I don't know, marshy type land going on here. We've got all the trees, a little bit of vanilla rock work as well. Don't mind the trees. I think the tree coverage is okay. I don't think it's too dense. I don't think it's it certainly does enough. They are the vanilla trees. It's not particularly attractive, and to be honest with you, it's fine. That's about the best I can say for those trees there. It's fine. What more can I show you? Of course, we've got the field painting, so we'll talk about that, I think, in a moment. Let me show you over here. There are things over here. I'm looking for something specific at the moment. Where is it? Where is it? I had it. Let's have a look at Oxbow Lakes. Let me show you. I was going to talk about Oxbow Lakes. So this is where the rivers start twisting and turning, then cut back on themselves. And so you can see the route used to be around this kind of route there. And then basically it just like loops in on itself, and you end up with it shortcutting and getting these sort of lakes, although it's not completely cut off, but it is on its way to being cut off, that there. Let me show you this bridge. This bridge is very important. Very important. Why is it important, BonBonB? Because if you look underneath, we've got a big old chunk of blue mantle going on. Again, this is in the fog. I have switched the fog off for this part of the show. There's another bridge over here with a hint of blue mantle underneath it as well. There we go. That was not the worst. And again, of course, very easily fixed. Several ways to fix blue mantle. In fact, I do have a tutorial that shows you, is it 3 of them? It might be 4 of them, I can't remember. But yeah, easily fixed. Field painting. So this is fertile land here. That looks like ore to me, and then the dark field over there is oil. So if you want to play this vanilla rules and have it all as fertile as farming, then you're going to need mods to change the terrain resources. It's not a big problem. Mr. Bloody Penguins mod, isn't it? What's it called now? Extra landscaping tools. That's what you need for that one. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. My opinion? If it is, I think it'll be below the last one we did of them, which was the, I can't remember what it's called now, but yes, it was, I think the last one was a little bit more inspiring. Aesthetically, this one it does feel vanilla. I don't know if it's because of the use of the vanilla trees or something, but it just doesn't have that little bit of magic that the last one had. And so I'm gonna give it, I mean, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I'm going to give it 3. It matches up with the maps. It looks like it should do. Just needs polish. Detailing is not bad. There's no real issues with it. Well, apart from a bit of blue mantle and a couple of bridges that are too low. There's nothing really that I can push it up to a 4th star. Although, like I say, it does match up perfectly with the maps. So that's good. Gameplay potential. I think we can go to 4 stars on this one. I think it's playable. If you want to recreate the area, but it's going to be low 4 stars because of the field painting and the way that you might want to play it, but I'm going to give it the 4th. Patria Mosam Oz by dodowvogel, and that is more of the Netherlands. Even more of the Netherlands. I'm sure it's a lovely country. I'm sure it's a very lovely country. I'm going to take my what's that outside? Don't know, it sounded like some dinosaur just flew past my window. Okay, anyway, that's it. The old map on the screen now. If you want to have a little watch of that and a little vote on that one. And a little reminder, of course, Flowscape. Always Flowscape. Might even go twice a week soon. Watch out for that one. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome.